So I saw the Tenet trailer. I gotta give it up for Christopher Nolan. Most of the times when you see a movie trailer, you kind of get a general idea of what the movie is gonna be about. Sometimes you can even figure out the entire plot by looking at a trailer. Christopher Nolan is the only director that I know that can put out a trailer for one of his movies, and I know less about it after watching the trailer. Like, I thought I had an idea of Tenet. I was like, okay, guy probably has some ability to do some kind of short-term time travel, go forwards and backwards, and that's somehow disrupting the Earth. And then I watched this, and you got Robert Pattinson in it, and planes, and cars, and inversions, and whatever. And I'm like, dude, I know less about this movie after watching more of it than I did when I didn't hardly see any of it. If there's one thing I can say about Nolan films, I can't guess it when I go in. And I probably can't even guess it when I come out. Inception. But I don't want to talk about it from the standpoint of what I thought about the trailer, which, my general thoughts is, hey, good trailer. Interested in the movie. What I'm more interested about is basically the last frames coming to theaters. Yes, they have made it very clear that Tenet is going to be that film. It's going to be that movie that is going to get you out of your quarantine and your streaming services and get your butt into a less capacity theater with roped off chairs and maybe some glass. I don't know. I don't know how you can get your popcorn, but you're going to go back to the theater and Tenet's going to be that movie that's going to do it. Yeah, they are really pushing hard for this to be kind of like the launch of the summer movie season of the summer of the year that I don't think even exists at this point. Does 2020 even exist? Like, do we even need to count this as a year? I think that we should just call 2021 2020 version 2.0. Of course, as you know, because of everything that's going on, theaters have been closed. It's been hurting. They've been losing that money. Some have even tried to get loans or possibly go bankrupt. And then it didn't help matters much that Universal released them Trolls, and they were like, oh, this kind of worked. Let's just do this with some other films. The movie theaters were like, because, fighting against technology for your standard ways is definitely a way to go. Just ask the music industry when digital music got out there. You love going to all those record stores nowadays? And I'm not trying to hate on the theaters because I love the theater going experience. I mean, the good theater going experiences. Some of them are good. Some of them are wonderful. Seeing a Marvel movie and cheering with the crowd, seeing a horror film and gasping or yelling out, don't you go in there. Like, all that kind of stuff is very fun. But let's be real. There's also some bad movie theater experiences where people are on their cell phones or talking really loud or not even paying attention to the movie or recording the movie so they can put it on YouTube, and then YouTube recommends me their recording of the movie. But yet, for some reason, when I show an official clip that was given to me by the studio, they want to copyright claim me on that, but yet someone can record the theater of a part of the movie and put that on YouTube, and that gets recommended on my homepage. And I will never forget going to see It Chapter 1, and there was a baby in the theater. Watch my It Chapter 1 video. I explain all about it. But all that considered, I still like going to the theaters. I like getting that popcorn, sitting in that seat, especially those ones that now go and your legs go up. And Tenet seems to be that movie to want to do it with. The way the movie is shot, they're releasing it in IMAX, 35 millimeter, 70 millimeter. They're probably going to come up with some new millimeters to release it in. We releasing this in 89 millimeters. What is that? I don't know, but we doing it. 89 millimeters, son. And you look at the film, it totally makes sense. Like, I get it. Warner Brothers has made it very clear that some movies they want in theaters and some they cool with just going home. They knew with Scoob. They were like, you know what? We want to try to put Scoob in the theaters. We're going to try to sneak that one past you. But now that you home, we know we can't get you to come back out for some Scooby-Doo cartoon reboot. We got you. So here, okay, there you go. Digital. But Tenet, though. But Wonder Woman 1984, though. Like, you got to go to the theater to see that. And that's going to be the question. Will that be strong enough? I don't know about Tenet. I mean, I want to see it. I'm very intrigued to see it. But I also like breathing, and I also like being healthy. I mean, I got allergies and asthma as it is. I'm already, don't understand how I'm still functioning as a person. Like, if I was a product, you would have taken me back to the store by now to get a new one because I have so many features that don't work right. So I don't know if I'm ready to go in a theater. And the thing about it is everyone's like, well, the theater's gonna come up with all these different ways to make it easier and cleaner to be in there. And I'm like, look, the theater is not my problem. I know that the movie theaters can figure out a way to be as clean and precise as possible. I know they can figure out a strategy to make that the safest, COVID-less theater experience that they could possibly make. I ain't worried about them. It's the other people going to the theater I'm worried about, because you can't control them fools. When you got people yelling out, oh, this is against my human rights to wear a mask, I don't know who's coming to that theater. That's who I'm worried about. Theaters, I'm on your side. I'm ready for you to reopen it. I'm ready to hear whatever you got. You got to take my temperature. You got to stick it on my temperature on my butt. You got to go old school with it. Do whatever you got to do. I will breathe in something. I will stick something here or here or here. Check my eyeballs. Do a freaking retina scan. Whatever you need, that's cool. But again, I ain't worried about you. I'm worried about them. And I'm sorry if them is including you, but sorry, it's including you. I'm worried about you. Let's just be real. I'm worried about you right there, because I don't know what you gonna do when you go in the theater when I try to see Tenet. I want to go and see Tenet. I don't want to come out getting tetanus. So I'm struggling, man. And I know I need to go see it. I know as a YouTube connoisseur talking about the movie things that I should probably go see this movie. Plus, it would be nice every once in a while for me to talk about a movie that, you know, is for adults. Like, look, I love talking about my cartoons and my action films and superhero movies, but every once in a while, you know, it would be nice to like talk about something that's not based on a franchise. True, this is still a thing that has time travel and inversion and action sequences, but you know, like it has at least the gloss, the shine of a more mature film than the antics of a mystery gang and his talking dog, or the trolls, or the hedgehog that runs fast. Like, I don't know, it just feels like it might be a little bit more something I could talk to at a dinner table. At the dinner table I can't be at because I can't be with other people on the Zoom call. This would be something I could probably talk about on the Zoom call with like-minded individuals. Because every once in a while, I ain't hating on it. You know, it's cool to talk about the scoobs. But like sometimes I want a little bit something extra. This could be that something extra. I just don't know if I'm ready to go to the theater. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of, you know, families are not going to go see Tenet. So that's a good thing. It seems like it might be more individuals and couples, you know, so that might make it easier. I'll probably be going by myself. Of course, by the time I get there, man, I'm gonna look like freaking a monster. I'm like, I haven't had a haircut in months, and my nails. They might put a tranquilizer dart in me, if only. If I could be so lucky, you know what I'm saying? But I think Tenet's a good gamble. I think if you're going to choose a film that's like, what's the movie to get out there? I think for Warner Brothers, Tenet is that film. I think Wonder Woman 1984 is also that film. I think Wonder Woman will definitely get people out. Like, that movie was such a big movie, the original one, that I think a sequel to that, people are excited about it. All the trailers have been great for it. All the commercials have been great. All the posters have been great. So I feel like that is definitely a movie that someone will be like, you know, I do like being inside, but I gotta go see my gal. I think Wonder Woman 1984 would definitely be the movie that would go see. From the Disney side, Black Widow, you gotta put a Marvel movie out there. I think Mulan could do it as well. But I get it, man. If you look at these studios, you can tell which ones they still like. That's got to be in the theaters. Like Disney was like, yeah, sure, you can have the Hamilton concert. You can have Artemis Fowl. But they ain't trying to put Mulan or Black Widow on Disney Plus. They want you to go in that theater and see it. They need that international money. I don't know how many people are going to see movies internationally, but that's what they want. Universal was like, sure, man, Trolls. Go ahead, Trolls World Tour. Go ahead and be on VOD. But you see they ain't do that with Fast and Furious. They were like, no, you come out next year. They know what's up. They know which ones are like, hey, family films, smaller comedies like The Lovebirds and My Spy or any of those. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. But them $200 million movies that we spit on, hoping for them $1 billion box offices worldwide, they ain't trying to be like, oh yeah, VOD. Not yet. Unless somebody proves to them that that's the way to go. Then they might be like, but for right now, if you want to see Vin Diesel and John Cena, you're probably going to see it in a theater in 2021 over a computer screen in 2020. That's just how it's going to go. The Eternals are going to eternally be waiting until the theaters open up for them to come out. And them damn New Mutants, I don't know. Like, they say they're coming out in August, and we're hoping that theaters will be done and good by then. But why, even if we are good with theaters in August, why do I still feel like New Mutants will still not come out on that date? Like, why do I feel like something else will happen to postpone the New Mutants? I just don't trust them anymore. The New Mutants should just come out, and then after they come out, tell me that they're out. Like, do a reverse release. Like, don't do any commercials or anything until it's out. And it's like, New Mutants came out yesterday. And you're like, oh, shoot! Did I talk about Tenet at all? I don't know if I did. But I'm just saying, the trailer looks cool. I don't know if I'm ready yet. I don't know. I want to go to theaters again. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if I'm ready yet. I'm going to need some time. Definitely some protection. But more things are opening up. So it's obviously going to be a time when theaters will be available again. There's also been talks about releasing like older movies at a discounted rate. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens when the movie comes out, and we'll see what happens with where we are in society and life when it happens. But god dang it, people, wash your damn hands before you go. So I ask this question to you. Is Tenet that one? Is Tenet the movie to make you go back to movie theaters? And if it's not, what will be the movie? What will be the film that theaters are gonna have to drop to make you go, you got me, baby, I'm back? And it can be a movie that already exists, or you can just make one up. If you're like, hey man, John Wick meets James Bond, that's what it's gonna take. Marvel and DC coming together in one film, that's what it's gonna take. Like whatever pipe dream that has to happen to get you to go to theaters, realistic or not, I want to hear it. Thank you so much for listening to this rambling video, but I hope it was at least entertaining. If you want to see more videos that I have here, make sure you're subscribed to this channel because I'll keep pumping them out as I think of them. And check out my other ones that I've done as well. Thank you so much. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Outie 5000.